Hey has-beens, welcome to day 9. Wow, right on the cusp of double digits. Looking to move on, move up, move out. We're going to talk about my workout, how it went, and we're going to talk about vegan. We're going to talk about going vegan. So my workout went well, had a lot of rest, had an excessive amount of rest. Over 36 hours worth of rest. So I really wanted to take advantage of that, and I decided that I was going to not start out quite so slow because I figured that, it wasn't 5 o'clock in the morning and I didn't have to worry about being a little extra sluggish or whatever. I was a little bit better hydrated than I normally am because obviously don't try drinking in your sleep, you'll drown. And I really took advantage of that. Started out a little bit quicker. Ran for the same 30 minutes. Ended my last probably almost mile at 7:30 pace, which is good. That was the up-tempo pace of the last 2 miles of last Sunday's long run. So that was good. Felt good. Very hot. I don't know if someone turned up the temperature inside the gym there. There were 2 other people there. I had to use the bum treadmill, which squeaked, so I had to turn the music up to take care of that. Otherwise, I would be probably dead. I will have probably killed myself. And felt good. It got 3.87 miles in, which I believe is about 7:45 pace. So trend line continuing to move up. Effort was about the same. Like I said, that's not really a fair gauge because it wasn't 5:30 in the morning. I hadn't been sleeping for 7 or 8 hours right beforehand. I was, better nutrition. I hadn't basically fasted, right? Because, going to bed a little bit earlier prevents my ability to eat later like I used to do, which is a good thing. It's not good to eat before you're sedentary for long periods of time. So all that's to say, moving in the right direction. And I wanted to talk a little bit about diet. My beautiful wife has made the decision that after a little over 4 years, probably 4.5 years of not being vegan, she is going to go back to being vegan. And I'm very supportive of that. She started it January 1st, and so far she's doing okay. She is also going along with me on the journey of not weighing herself until the end of the month, which I definitely appreciate her. It would be a little extra effort on her part, of course, running the batteries back and forth, because we know the batteries in the in the scale don't work. So she's decided to do that. And so that created an opportunity for me. Is veganism something that I wanted to try? This was an opportunity for some experimentation, and I'm not going to say it's once in a lifetime because I believe she plans on assuming she can do this, and there's no reason for me to think that she couldn't because she did it for years when we were first dating. It was an opportunity for me to try something new, and I'd heard a lot of good things. There are some very successful vegan runners out there, Sage Canaday, and a couple, I've got a few friends of mine, obviously a lot of ultra runners tend to go more vegan, or at least you see more veganism, vegetarianism, that types of stuff in the ultra side. And obviously they're good runners by their own measure, right? The top ones qualify for the Olympic trials and the marathon and had very successful high school and collegiate careers before. So I don't think there's any reason to think that I can't be successful by going vegan. I have heard that it's a little bit easier to lose weight, especially in the transition when you're not eating animal products and things like that. Your caloric intake is a little bit different. It tends to be a little bit lower. Foods tend to be more nutrient dense. I think there's a couple vitamins and minerals that are difficult to get. And all of these things were things that I considered when I when I was thinking about whether I wanted to go vegan or not. Of course, the opportunity is there. Never going to be a better time than right now. And ultimately, I made the decision that I was not going to go vegan at this time for a couple of reasons. And if you'd asked me 6 or 8 or 10 months ago why I wouldn't go vegan, it would be because I freaking love meat. And I definitely do like meat. Meat's good. It's a great source of protein and necessary irons and vitamins and minerals. There's not too many things that you can't find in other places, but I like the taste. I like the texture. I like the variation: pork, beef, chicken, turkey, seafood. And I like having access to those good sources of protein and that variety. I really enjoy it. But that was secondary at this time. I'm taking a little bit of a risk right now. There's extra risk to injury. There's extra risk to lifestyle. And this is a little bit of an experiment for me. And when you're doing an experiment, it's important to limit the variables. You don't want to get into a situation where 1, 2, 3, 6, 12, 24, 48 months down the road, not 48 months, that's too long, but throughout this year process, you don't want to get down the road and find out, oh, I'm injured. Could it be because of my iron deficiency? Because it became more difficult to take in iron because, I'm used to eating meat and I didn't change my diet enough, and therefore I have an iron deficiency, and that, obviously it wouldn't necessarily cause an injury unless it was really, really severe. But would it create an issue with me running fast, right? Would the lack of iron in my blood create a problem? Or could it be that I'm training improperly? Or do I have a natural iron deficiency that I need to handle? You create delays in treating any issues you have when you increase the number of variables, because now you have multiple dials that you have to tune in, as opposed to just one thing, right? Oh, I trained too hard, I got a stress fracture, and here I am. Versus saying, oh, is it because my mileage might not have been that high? Is it because I wasn't getting enough calcium for whatever reason? How much did that contribute to my injury? So it's really important when you're trying anything new, and this is true whether you're getting back into it like I am, whether you're starting out for the first time, or whether you're a seasoned vet, that anytime you try something new, you don't try 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new things all at one time, because there's too many variables for you to do anything with the data that comes back to you. There's going to be a lot of data that's going to come in to your body that you're going to have to process. There's a lot of feelings you're going to have, and a lot of stresses and pains and things, and it's very difficult to sort through all of that data when it's coming from 3 or 4 or 5 different sources all simultaneously. It's much easier if you just say, I ran more, I didn't change my shoes, I got a stress fracture, right? Or, it's easy to track that when your variables are limited. So my focus right now is on listening to my body and limiting the number of variables. So at this time, I will not be going vegan, though it is something that interests me a little bit. The vegan options have grown dramatically. I'm told by several people that have tried the Impossible Whopper that it's truly tastes exactly like me, and that they really can't tell the difference. That'd be something interesting that I might be willing to try down the road. But right now, focusing on my diet, staying healthy, and most importantly, limiting the number of variables, limiting the number of complexities that I have to deal with. So today went well. Trend line still going up. However, I do have to run in 11 hours. So got to get back on the morning routine. So that's going to be the goal tomorrow. Get up and get to the gym. And I think in tomorrow's video, I'm going to talk about the importance of routine, because every once in a while we get thrown into a routine, and that is usually when we let things slip. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope your running is going great. And we will catch you tomorrow for day 10.